This is episode 672. And every episode, I try to talk about something different. Sometimes I talk about my spirituality. Sometimes I talk about the economy. Usually I talk about pennies. Sometimes I talk about the comments people left. Sometimes I talk about health. I talk about different stuff. I try to make it all relatable and relevant and interesting at minimum. Someone left I did a video. I like to watch Robfindstreasures. I like his content. He is probably one of the people. If I had to say why, like, did any? I mean, nobody ever asked me this question. But if someone ever said, "Hey, has anybody ever inspired you?" Well, the only person I could think, and when I say inspired me, I'm talking about to do penny roll hunting, right? I have members and subscribers who have supported me and inspired me in a lot of different ways, but the channel was already started at that point. Prior to the channel being started and created, was there anything that gave me a spark or any, you know what I'm saying? Anything like that besides my father taking me to, to get coins when I was a little kid, like 2 or 3 times in Manhattan that I have those memories and doing seeing a penny book, things like that. As an adult, I started watching Robfindstreasures when he first started his channel. I think it was about 15 years ago. I mean, I could look it up, but I'm going to say he had to start opening up. Whoa! Look at all that copper! Whoa! Cha-ching! I had to get the hair out. I usually get rid of DNA, right? So, like a crime scene. Get rid of the DNA, wear gloves. Oh, man, this is going to be awesome. And this I'll throw in the garbage. Yeah, I don't mess with stuff like that. So, um, I'm glad I got subscribers. I'm glad I got members. People are supporting me. I'm so thankful for it. You don't understand. It means a lot to me, right? But I'm not, I don't walk over water. Only one person walked over water. We all know who that is. That's Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. That's it. Nobody else ever walked on water or ever walk on water unless when he comes back. Okay. But, some of these channels out there, people get a little fanatical. You know what I'm saying? And super, super unhealthy type of a mindset is to get fanatical about anybody. And I'm not saying that the person who left me a comment about Robfindstreasures is a fanatic. I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm just saying I've seen it before. Fanatic cult like people in these other and they're like absolutely bananas. Our first penny is a copper penny. So so I talk about Robfindstreasures because I have a point of reference. I've been watching the guy for a long, long time. I really, really like his channel, but they're gonna stop. Is that it? Okay, we will leave this for. I will leave it right here. We'll leave it for the end. The guy does boxes. Okay, he does not do what I do. Okay, I look at each penny and I investigate, I observe, I analyze each penny individually to see if there's a double ear, to see, like I try to remember and learn and research all the different varieties and minor varieties to understand and to see if there's a things that even that could be just on that individual penny that it's not in any other book or anything like that. And that is the whole 2000 looking for the white AM, no white AM. And that's the whole point of the channel, right? This is 2017 P. I hold on to all of these. That's the whole point of the channel. This is Jess's, penny channel. You know what I mean? Jesse's penny channel to put it mildly. You want to call it the the poor man's Robfindstreasures. That's fine. I could I, I I could live with that. I can understand why someone might refer to it as that. You know what I mean? Um, but again, I'm getting to a point. I just want to flush out the uh, the discussion as I'm leading towards the point. No white aim and another 2017 Pete. Nice. I did the crazy deep dive on the 2017 P's. I had no idea how that they were that valuable. 1970 copper pane number 3. And so yes, I okay, so it's like, well, why are you making videos about Rob finds treasure all of a sudden, right? Because it's a more of a recent occurrence now that they're stopping to make pennies. Because I started watching Rob finds treasures because of his penny album fill videos. I yo they friggin' fascinated me, man. Like I used to love watching his videos. I go into his playlist and watch it. Oh, another one. All right. I'm gonna put this to the side. We'll take a closer look at that one later. Okay, at 42. And so I have a strong point of reference. I really know his channel. I remember some of his early videos vividly. Okay, so what does that have to do, with anything? Well, what has to do with 2025 and 2026 is that he does not know how to do what I do. I've this what I'm doing here, right? Going penny by penny, it's a skill. If people who watch this channel are learning to penny roll hunt from watching me penny roll hunt, you are learning a skill. This is a skill. Now, I say Rob finds treasures doesn't know how to do this. When I say that, I mean he doesn't use a camera and he doesn't go. Now, he would have to develop this. He would have to start doing things. Or now, can he pick it up in a day or 2 or 3? I'm sure he can. I'm not saying the guy's an idiot or anything like that. Okay, I'm saying that he doesn't do it this way, and I've never seen him do it this way. And as far as I know, he doesn't know how to do it this way. That's what I'm saying. And a lot of times when you learn how to do things one way, it's very difficult to learn how to do it another way. Okay. So what the person told me in the comment was, I don't want to speak out of school here, was that uh yeah, that he does search through boxes, but he searches off camera and he shows what to look for, and and that there's more than one way to penny roll hunt. And I agreed with her, right? And I guess I'm saying she. I think it's a she for some reason. It could be a dude. I don't know, or he. I agree with him, her, it, whatever. So, so then I responded, and the comments there. The big what he said. This is what Rob find on 10/29/25. If you watch his video on 10, go search, go look through his video. You have to watch right in the middle of the video towards the center. It's like a 2 hour long video, 2.5 hour long video. I watched the whole thing. Towards this middle of the video, I couldn't believe when he said this, and I was kind of happy he said this because people were asking him questions. And he's like, and somebody, I can't remember exactly what the question was. All I remember is what his response was, which I was like, thank you, thank you, for clarifying things for your audience and for me, because he really put it into um he put he put it into words perfectly. On this channel, I only look for, and I'm not no quotation marks, I not verbatim. This is I'm paraphrasing, okay? I'm paraphrasing. He said, on this channel, I only look for the major errors. I am not interested in the lesser varieties. And I said, yeah, he put it perfectly. He's not interested in the lesser varieties. And he put, and that's it. If there was one, that's the difference between my channel and Robfindstreasures. Of course, I'm going to find, if I look at this 19, any coin that I pick up, any penny that I pick up, if it has a major error on it, it's going to jump off the page, right? It's going to jump off the screen. So, of course, there is absolutely very, very low chance of me missing a major error going through coins the way I'm going. Very, very low. No white AM. Very, very low chance probability of that. Like, I'd have to close my eyes. Let's put it like that, okay? All right, let me look at this off camera real quick. I want to look at that R. Sometimes I pause the video, but in this case, I'm just going to keep talking. Wow, holy, wow, that what a I noticed that on the R, and I was like, what is that? I got to be honest with you. I've seen filled in letters on coins before. So let me show you this. On Robfindstreasures, he probably wouldn't have noticed this. He would have just, because this is what, listen, it's not just Robfindstreasures. This is what they do. This is, right? This is their, and they go like this, right? What's the details on this penny? Can you tell me the details on this penny? Of course you could not. Of course you can't. All right, can you tell, all you could do is, let me see, I'm going to tell you what. Okay, at about this is about where Robfindstreasures has his coin. So at this point, if that was a severe double die, you would see it, right? And he keeps it, he does it for his technical reasons. Believe me, he's not trying, Rob is not trying to leave any meat on the bone. This dude is a straight up businessman, okay? He is a businessman through and through. If there's a 50-cent penny, he wants it. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. But it's not worth his time. So the way he has his setup and where the cameras are located, he does not have the time, right? Like he looks at things off camera, right? He stops, he looks at them. But for his editing and where his cameras are located, he does not have time to do this and stop. He's not looking for. He said it, all right, in the middle of 10/29/25. He said he's not interested in lesser varieties, point blank and simple. So at this, he knows the exact distance to have a coin where he can see a major variety. If there's right, and I could see it. That 1974, if that had two 1974s, I would see it. Now, what he's not going to see is that die chip. Right? Now, has he seen die chips? Of course he has. Has he seen die clashes? Of course he has. All I'm saying is this. At this distance, going like this, you're not seeing die chips and die clashes and stuff like that. Yes, he has found them. Yes. I'm just saying he knows that he is missing a lot of coins. So anyway, that's that. Let me get off of that topic and move on to the next thing. So this channel, we're looking for, one of the major things that I'm looking for are lesser varieties, right? This here, not even lesser variety, weaker errors. You know what this coin is worth? That huge die chip on the R. Let me look at that again off camera. This is a valuable coin. That is a blob. That is a blob. Okay. I don't even know how that got there, to be honest with you, because it is a blob. You do not usually see blobs like this. Man, we have a lot more pennies. I might have to do a part 2. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a part 2 after this. All right, so let's finish with this thought process, and then we'll come back with part 2 and finish talking about lesser varieties and um, their significance. So look, this has a blob on the R. This is a valuable coin. How valuable? It's hard to tell. I mean, the coin's in pretty decent condition. Probably can use a little bit of a cleaning. Let's make sure there's nothing else around. I'm gonna say $5, $10, because it's so different looking. That's not a filled in R. The filled in R's, those are $1 or $2. They're not worth much. But something that's really different like this, with such a huge blob on it, probably $5, $10. All right, so I'll put that there. We still have the 2 wheat cents. All right, we'll look at that 1 wheat cent that is turned over, and we'll end on that. And again, we'll start talking about the point of the lesser varieties. All right, let's make sure we don't have anything interesting on this. So this is what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for lesser varieties. And I know I said I was going to start talking about this in the second part, but that's what I'm doing. I'm doing this throughout the show. I'm looking for lesser varieties. I'm looking for extra thickness. I'm looking for spreading. I'm looking for the extra eyelid. I'm looking for um I'm looking for the misaligned die. I'm looking for the rotation, right? When I flip it over, if I see it looks like this, I know it's possibly out of rotated. And then I'll do this. And I'll see it and I'll go like that. There's things I'm doing with each penny to try to make $1 or $2 on a penny. That's it. All right, I will look at this coin very quickly under the loop just to make sure. Excuse me. And then I'll use the loop. The loop is my tool of choice. It's handy, it's cheap, it's right off the side, and I could do it while I'm doing my videos. And it's fast. Man, that 4. No, that's damage, or it's a deteriorated die. It has like a little, I don't know, like spread, has like a little spread to it, but I'm pretty sure it's just from the and then I'll talk about. So yes, Rob does everything off camera. Um, and he's not. So again, his tool is the mat. Robfindstreasures tool is the mat. The mat is fine for people who do not want to advance in their coin roll hunting, right? So I'm going to put it very simply. If you don't want to advance in your coin roll hunting, a mat is fine, right? Or for life, all you really need to know in mathematics is addition and subtraction. Really, that's really all you need to know. One apple, right? Your dad gives you $1. Hey, go to the store and get 2 apples. Bring back 50 cents. They're a quarter a piece. Here's $1. Okay, Dad. That's it. That's it. That's all you need for the rest of your life, right? 1 apple, 2 apple. You go get some seeds to plant. Go get a gallon of water. 1 fish, 2 fish. That's all you need, man. A loaf of bread. How many kids you got? Oh yeah, I left with 3 kids. I came back with 3 kids. That's it. That's all you need for life. For coin roll hunting, all you really need is is a mat. That's it. But you want to do it. So, but Robfindstreasures, you learn nothing advanced. He does everything, and that's what she said. He does everything off. He does everything off camera. That's right. You learn nothing from him. He talks about everything, but you learn nothing. He does not do this. When I show you, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I show you, I'm looking for it. Yes, he has the little camera up there. He brings it back and he shows it and he goes, blah. Now he's using a micro. He's using a, and that's the other thing that kills me. Yo, he's using a $10 microscope. I don't. That's the one thing I gotta say. If I had a beef with Rob Finds Treasure about anything, not a beef. It's like, dude, been doing this for 50. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm broke. Okay. I don't have a quarter million. If I let me tell you something, and I do have the $400 uh, microscope. Okay, that one I had a good month or two. I made sure I picked one up. I got it. I will be using. I don't have the space, man. I don't got the space. I don't got the space. I ain't got no space here. I just don't have. If I did, the microscope would be right here. I would be using that. I would have cameras, everything. I don't have the space. I don't have the space here. I don't. I don't. I do not have the space. I do not. I do not have the space. Do not have the space. I'm like trapped here. I'm lucky I could do what I do here. I don't understand how he doesn't have a better microscope, man. He doesn't have a $200 microscope, $150 microscope. That microscope 15 years ago was $5 shipped. I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. That part I don't get. And well, I'm not gonna I think I know why. And sometimes it's just a personality thing. I think that's what that is with him. It's just a personality thing. Some people, that's just who they are, and they're attached to that trait. Like, this is me. This is who I am. I wear pro keds, and I wear ripped jeans, and I wear a stained t-shirt, and that's who I am. And if anyone who doesn't like it, and I think he's kind of that type of a person. I let my beard grow, and I put on a bandana on my hat, and I use a 15-year-old. I never spent an extra dime on, and I think that's who he is personally, his personality, and I get it, but I I, I don't know. He has a quarter million. For as a business person, that doesn't make sense to me, because you have a quarter million subscribers. Maybe if you would have cleaned up your act, you would have put $400 into it. Maybe a little, like, very minor adjustments. Maybe you would have 300,000 subscribers, 400,000. Maybe you would have made more money from a little bit of technical adjustments. So someone who's really, really, he is a super duper. He's about money. So I'm surprised he would let certain things like that get in him. That's my opinion, anyway. So he doesn't show each coin the way I show them, and that's the big difference. All right, part 2 coming up.